Hello friends, I am Professor Imran. Today we are going to see a C program for sorting the numbers in ascending order. So what are we waiting for? Let's quickly start with the program. Here we go. And here's the program for ascending order. So let's go through every line of this program one by one. As we all know, the start two lines are the declaration to include the standard input output and conio.h header files. Followed by that is void main, wherein all that we write in this part is going to be definition of main function. After doing that, now let's have a look at the first line in our function main. So in the first line, there are four things that we are doing. First, we are declaring an array. Why do I say it is an array? Because I've mentioned it as ARR1, that is the name of the array, which is followed by a square bracket. So the square brackets indicate that it is an array. The number inside the square bracket indicates the number of elements in that array. So, and the data type of the array is integer. Having said that, I have also declared three variables, that is C, B, and I, and all these three variables have data type integer. Now, always remember, as I've said many a times in my previous videos, whichever variables, whichever arrays, or whichever function you use in your C program, that is the user-defined function, arrays and variables that you use in your C program, you got to declare them. So the first line here itself, we have declared the array as well as the three variables that we are going to use. After that, we have used the inbuilt function, that is clear screen, to wipe out all the earlier results. And then we are mentioning, please enter the numbers in an array. So here what we are going to do is, since our array, we have mentioned that there are going to be 5 elements, so we are supposed to enter 5 numbers. And this line printf is just telling us that you are supposed to enter 5 numbers. Now because you're going to enter 5 numbers, you have to accept them and place them into array one by one. So to do the same, we are going to use a scanf statement, but it is not just one number, it is going to be 5 numbers. So we are going to use for loop, and we'll also use the name of the array. So here it is. This is the for loop wherein I've used the variable I've initialized it to a value 0, and I have compared it with the number 5. So what does it mean? It means that the counting of number of elements in the array will start from 0, and it will go on incrementing till the value of I is less than 5, which means it will go on increasing till the value of I is 4. So when you go from 0 to 4, it is actually 5 numbers. So every time the value of I is incremented by 1, the number is scanned and it is loaded into the array. So name of the array is array1. So how are the numbers going to be loaded? The numbers are going to be loaded as array1 zeroth position, you'll load one number. Array1 first position, you'll load one number. Array1 second position, you'll load another number. Similarly, array1 second position, array1 third position, array1 fourth position. In this way, we are going to load from 0 to 4, we are going to load 5 numbers in the array. So after this for loop is complete, we will have 5 numbers in the array. Now our next task is going to be, we are supposed to find out the numbers in ascending order. That means whichever is the smallest number will be on the top and the largest number will be in the bottom of the array. So let's see what we are going to do for that. Here you can see there are two for loops. One is this and the other one is this. So let's try and understand what is the use of these two for loops. So what we are doing here is, I've initialized I to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Then I have taken another variable b, and I have made b is equal to I plus 1. So if I is pointing to the 0th location in the array, b will be pointing to a number, to a location 1 greater than what I is pointing. So when I is pointing at 0, b will be pointing at first position. And again, b will also be incremented till the value of b is less than 5 and b plus plus. So this is called nested for loop. And now once you enter both the loops, let's try and understand what are the values of I and B before we get into this if loop. So value of I is 0, value of B is equal to I plus 1, which means value of B is 1. Now what are we doing here? In this if statement, what are we trying to figure out? We are saying that if 0th location is greater than first location, listen to me very carefully. If the value at 0th location, why am I saying 0th location? Because here I is 0 and B is 1. So this 0 is pointing at the 0th location in the memory, whatever be the value at that location. And B is pointing at the first location in the memory. So the comparison is going to take place between the 0th location and first location. Now, if the number at 0th location is greater than the number at first location, which means it is against the term ascending. So we are supposed to swap. Swap as in whatever is at the first location, we need to place it at 0th location. Whatever is at 0th location, we need to place it at first location. Now, how do we do that? We do that with the help of another variable. So what we'll do is, since the number at the 0th location is smaller, because we enter this loop only if the number at first location is smaller than the number at 0th location. So if this loop is true, then we are supposed to place the number at first location. We are supposed to pick that up and load it here. And whatever is the number here, we are supposed to place it over here. So to do that, what I'll do is, whatever is the number at the 0th location, at the first location, I will temporarily move that into a variable C. So now my number at first location is shifted to C. Now what I'm doing is, number at 0th location is moved to number at first location. So the larger number has come at first position. Now I know that the smaller number is present in the variable C, which I had shifted from first position. So from C, I'll place it to the position 0. That is how I have interchanged it. Once this is over, once this execution part is over, value of B will be incremented by 1. So now B, initially it was 1, so B will now be 2. So again the comparison will take place between 0th location and second location. And same process is going to repeat. Then again value of B will be incremented by 1. Then the comparison will be between 0th location and third position. So whichever is the smaller number will be placed at 0th location, larger number will come at the position what B is pointing. Again B will be incremented by 1, so B is 4 now. So the comparison will be between 0th location and 4th location. Whatever is smaller will come at 0th location, whatever is larger will go at 4th position. And again B will be incremented by 1. But this time when B is incremented by 1, value of B will become 5, which eventually will fall out of this loop. So if this loop is not satisfied, then it will come out and it will increment the value of I by 1. So I was 0, now I will be 1. Because I will become 1, so here B will become I plus 1, that is 2. So now the comparison is going to be between the first location and whatever location B is pointing. So I is at the first location, B will be at the second location, whichever is smaller will be loaded at I and the larger number will be loaded at B. And this process will continue. Then again, once B is equal to 5, it will come out of this loop. I will be incremented by 1. So now value of I will be 2. If value of I is 2, then B will be 3. So then again the comparison will be between 2 and 3, 2 and 4, again 3 and 4, 4 and 4, and in this way after multiple iterations you'll find that the smallest number is right on the top and the largest number is at the bottom, and the numbers are sorted in ascending order. After doing that, if we wish to print the numbers, if we wish to print the array in the sorted form, again we use a for loop. So here is the for loop to print the array again. So numbers after sorting, let me mention here in ascending order. And what if I ask you to do that in descending order? All that you need to do in the logic is simply change this sign from greater than to smaller than. So when you do it like this, it is going to be descending order. Very simple. So let's check our program now. We'll run this program. We'll enter the numbers in the array one by one. Let me quickly enter the numbers. So 45, 89, 90, and 12. So I've entered randomly 5 numbers. If you have a look at these 5 numbers, 12 is the smallest, followed by 45, then comes 67, then comes 89, and then comes 90. This is how the sequence should be. Right now, the numbers appear to be randomly placed on the screen. After the execution, the program result should be 12, 45, 67, 89, 90. So let's have a look. Numbers after sorting in ascending order: 12, 45, 67, 89, 90. So friends, that was your program for numbers in ascending order. As I said, so if you want to convert this program in descending order, small thing that you need to do in the same program is go and change the sign, the comparison sign from greater than to smaller than, and you will get them in descending order. That's all about sorting the numbers in ascending and descending order. To keep learning, you should keep watching more and more videos. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.